Hello, young artists. Mrs. Kirk here. I'm excited today to go through a one-point perspective drawing with you. Now, I don't want you to be intimidated by this. Yes, certainly it can be a little challenging, but that's the point, right? Is to learn something new. Time to talk about the tools you need for one-point perspective. This is a drawing, so therefore you will need a pencil. Really, guys, a pencil today for sure for one-point perspective, and definitely an eraser. You will have to do quite a bit of erasing. It's not that you'll make mistakes necessarily, it's just that there are guidelines that I draw in a lot, and you'll have to erase them when you're done or it'll look a little bit funny. You'll also want a very good long ruler. I use one of these stainless steel artist rulers, and it has a cork backing on it so it doesn't slide across my paper. So if you have some type of ruler that has a bit of a back on it, that will work really well. A piece of cardboard works quite well because it sort of grips the paper and it doesn't slide when you're trying to create a nice straight line. And last, I'm going to need some paper. I like to use drawing paper such as this for one-point perspective in particular because I'm doing so much erasing. I want my paper to be a little bit thicker than usual. That way all that erasing doesn't make a hole right through the middle of my paper. So go gather your things, pause the video for now, and when you're ready, come on back and get started. Welcome to One-Point Perspective. Here we go. I have my ruler, pencil, and eraser ready to go. Please notice that the tip of my pencil is not very sharp. It is quite dull. That is my preference when I'm drawing. I don't like my pencil tip to dig into the paper by accident. I don't want that to happen. So I kind of like my pencil to be a little bit dull. Okay, so I have my paper ready to go, and this is one-point perspective, which means I need 1 point. I like to put my point about the middle of the paper. So go ahead, 1 point or a dot in the middle of your paper. I make it fairly large at this point because I don't want to lose it. It can get a little bit lost as you're drawing. Okay, that point is going to be where our horizon line is. So you can use your ruler to draw your horizon line. Remember, that is the line that separates the sky from the ground. And for this, I am going to do half of it with a ruler, like that. And the other half, I am going to do freehand. Notice how my non-dominant hand really presses down on that ruler so it can't move. Again, I move my ruler away and I'm going to do some sort of hills like that. That's still the horizon line, even though it's wavy. Next step, I'm going to create a road going back in the distance. This will really give this space some depth, the depth that I want. So I'm lining up my ruler with the point. Notice the edge of my ruler is touching the point. And holding the ruler down, I'm going to draw a line down towards me, like that. And do it again on this side. Now sometimes it can feel a little awkward, right? My hand is in front of the space I want to draw. So I just sort of make sure that it's lined up really well. And I might move my arm around like this. Make sure it's lined up. Draw a bit. Hold on to it. Readjust. And draw the rest of the line. Your road can be as wide or as narrow as you want. There is no right or wrong. It just creates either more depth within the space or less depth within the space. Okay, you have completed the first segment. Please exit from this video and move on to part 2.